A mobile phone, cellular phone, cell phone, hand phone, or hand phone, sometimes shortened to simply mobile, cell or just phone, is a portable telephone that can make and receive calls over a radio frequency link while the user is moving within a telephone service area. The radio frequency link establishes a connection to the switching systems of a mobile phone operator, which provides access to the public switch telephone network. Business applications, video games and digital photography. Mobile phones offering only those capabilities are known as feature phones. Mobile phones which offer greatly advanced computing capabilities are referred to as smartphones. The development of metal oxide semiconductor. In 1979, Nippon Telegraph and Telephone launched the world's first cellular network in Japan. In 1983, the Dynatac 8000X was the first commercially available handheld mobile phone. From 1983 to 2014, worldwide mobile phone subscriptions grew to over 7 billion, enough to provide one for every person on Earth. In the first quarter of 2016, the top smartphone developers worldwide were Samsung, Apple and Huawei. Smartphone sales represented 78% of total mobile phone sales. For feature phones as of 2016, the top-selling brands were Samsung, Nokia and Alcatel. A handheld mobile radio telephone service was envisioned in the early stages of radio engineering. In 1917, Finnish inventor Erik Tigerstedt filed a patent for a pocket-size folding telephone with a very thin carbon microphone. Early predecessors of cellular phones included analog radio communications from ships and trains. The race to create truly portable telephone devices began after World War II. With developments taking place in many countries, the advances in mobile telephony have been traced in successive generations. Starting with the early zeroth generation services, such as Bell System's mobile telephone service and its successor, the improved mobile telephone service. These 0G systems were not cellular, supported few simultaneous calls, and were very expensive. The development of metal oxide semiconductor. The first commercial automated cellular network systems could support far more simultaneous calls, but still used analog cellular technology. In 1983, the Dynatac 8000X was the first commercially available handheld mobile phone. Digital cellular networks appeared in the 1990s. Enabled by the wide adoption of MOSFET-based RF power amplifiers, digital cellular technology was launched in Finland by Radiolinja on the GSM standard. This sparked competition in the sector as the new operators challenged the incumbent 1G network operators. The GSM standard as a European initiative expressed at the SUPT has evolved into 3G, 4G and 5G. The standardization body for GSM started at the SUPT working group GSM. The lithium-ion battery, an indispensable energy source for modern mobile phones, was commercialized by Sony and Asahi Kasei in 1991. In 2001, the third generation was launched in Japan by NTT Docomo on the WCDMA standard. This was followed by 3.5G, 3G Plus or Turbo 3G enhancements based on the high-speed packet access family, allowing UMTS networks to have higher data transfer speeds and capacity. By 2009, it had become clear that, at some point, 3G networks would be overwhelmed by the growth of bandwidth-intensive applications, such as streaming media. Consequently, the industry began looking to data-optimized fourth-generation technologies, with the promise of speed improvements up to 10-fold over existing 3G technologies. The first two commercially available technologies billed as 4G were the WiMAX standard, offered in North America by Sprint, and the LTE standard, first offered in Scandinavia by Telia Sonera. 5G is a technology and term used in research papers and projects to denote the next major phase in mobile telecommunication standards beyond the 4G, IMT advanced standards. The term 5G is not officially used in any specification or official document yet made public by telecommunication companies or standardization bodies such as 3GPP, WiMAX Forum or ITUR. New standards beyond 4G are currently being developed by standardization bodies. But they are at this time seen as under the 4G umbrella. Not for a new mobile generation. Smartphones have a number of distinguishing features. The International Telecommunication Union measures those with internet connection, which it calls active mobile broadband subscriptions. In the developed world, smartphones have now overtaken the usage of earlier mobile systems. However, in the developing world, they account for around 50% of mobile telephony. Feature phone is a term typically used as a retronym to describe mobile phones which are limited in capabilities in contrast to a modern smartphone. Feature phones typically provide voice calling and text messaging functionality, in addition to basic multimedia and internet capabilities, and other services offered by the user's wireless